What's going on? It's Dre the Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will set you free. Yes, sir. Namaste. Peace and blessings to you, Awakening One. Shout out to the woke ones if you're watching. Look, what's going on, Awakening One? I hope your day's been going good. I hope you've been taking care of yourself. I know I have. Um, just wanted to make this video just to talk a little bit about something that was weighing heavy on my conscience. And I got to thinking that, you know, it's so fucked up how they just disrespect us in this illusion so fucking much. Listen to me when I say this. The disrespect of this illusion is so fucking blatant. It's so unbeknownst and disparaging, excuse me, that cemeteries are nothing but recycle bins for vessels. And I feel like I need to talk about this. And I need to say this because people just think that they come in this world and thinking it's just you living from beginning to end. You're living now and then you die at some point in your age when you get older. And hence, cemeteries being made, man-made graveyards by this fuck-ass illusion to just throw away the vessel. To just throw the vessel away. To literally throw it in a hole and to cover it with dirt, to lay down a cement block, a cemented block with your name when you and your year of birth and your date of passing. And it's just so sad to think that that's just what is to know in the illusion. That's what you see and that's what you believe to just go with and what happens when you leave this world. Not even knowing that energy never dies. Energy never dies. It never goes nowhere. The vessel is what is, away in the hole. The vessel is what's down and not moving anymore. The energy has just left the vessel. Hence, we are nothing to this. We're nothing to this body. The energy within the body is what literally gives life to the body in the first place. It's just like an off and on switch. You switch the light switch on and it's on, right? The room is full of lights, you can see everything, but once you turn the light switch off, you can't see nothing. The room is dark. You can't even move around in the dark because you can't see nothing. So that's sort of like the vessel. We are the energy of the light switch when it's on. When the light switch is off, then the vessel it's dark, it's hollow, it's nothing, there within the body. It's just the body is asleep. The body is what's, not on anymore. But you, the energy, you're still on. You just then left out of the body. But you see how in the illusion, how fucked up they literally, you know, how they just get rid of our bodies. They just throw it down in a hole and leave it to be feeded on by, insects and down what's down there in the hole. Now, I'm not saying that being covered in the soil of the earth is a bad thing. No. Dirt is always, a blissful feeling, especially when we are soil, we are a part of, we are dirt, we are the energy of the planet. But it's just the fact that coffins man-made coffins, to just throw a body inside of a coffin and then just lay that in the ground. Because basically, if I wanted to go out, I want to be thrown in the ground. Don't even put me in no coffin. You know, Don't even place me in a coffin, because that's almost like that's shielding the vessel. Like, that's closing the vessel up from, actually being one with the earth, being one with the soil, the nature of the ground, and the core, the energy of the earth itself. So no, that's just so disrespectful to just throw a vessel in a hole with a coffin and then just have a fucking tombstone with your name and birth date and end date, and that's just it. And then not even move around the fact that those that are drawn to that energy, they're giving more of their energy away now because that person is gone. Because one, they don't even know that that person isn't gone at all. That person is not gone. That person is still there with you. His energy is just then passed on through you. Now you feel it because his energy is going through you. Hence why he's so, or she, whoever you lose in this world, you still feel their energy attached to you. But see, you don't know none of this because when you're not spiritually awakened in this fucking world, they feed off of that. They love to feed off the emotion of each and every one of us when we pass, when we leave this world. That's why cemeteries were made, so that when somebody dies, emotion is what feeds them the most, because they know that that emotional state is what's always going to have us so hindered to those we lose in this world. We're going to be hindered so weak to people that we lose because our conscious state is not awakened to understand that we didn't lose that person at all, because the inner love that we have, and inner love, the inner self knows, your inner energy knows that that person is still with you right here. It's not saying it, not somebody saying that, oh, they didn't die, you know, they just passed on to a different point in life, which is true. But the real inner answer is that they passed on into you. That energy just went right into you. Like, that person never went nowhere. All of the lives of that person, the energy of that person, that was with you when they were here incarnated into the world, when they were here living and breathing, that energy has just surfaced right into your conscious mind state. You are now getting the full downloads of that person that was here, knowing that you live on more of the good energy of when they were here instead of the bad. You don't even live on the bad energy anymore, because there is no bad energy for you to look at when you know that that person is not gone. That person is not gone. They're here. They're here with me. And it took me, when I had my spiritual awakening, to know that when I lost my granddad and then when I lost my uncle, that I didn't lose them. See, in the illusion, I would feel emotion for somebody that I lost, not even knowing that they're more at peace they're more at peace now, passing away into their eternal awake, than they ever were when they were here in hell suffering. We are not at all supposed to literally feel emotion for moving on to our next dimension of life. Some people will have to come back and restart over and live a whole new life, but there will be other people that will transcend. But the fact of cemeteries, the fact of a man-made asphyxiation to the conscience leaves those who are drawn to their emotions in the illusion they move to just that point of seeing that when somebody gets to that state in which they pass and they see them lying in that coffin, going into that hole, that they don't even know, excuse me, that that person is not leaving them at all. That person is not going anywhere. The vessel is asleep. The vessel is what you look at. You see the physical, but you don't know spiritually and mentally that that person is still with you. That person is guiding you through life. That person is guiding you through life, man. He really is, or she really is. I know that every day now, that even when I'm out in nature, I feel my granddad. I even feel my uncle. I speak to them through myself, because they speak to me through the trees. They speak to me through the wind. Everything is energy. Everything is. And it's like, that's how you know that no one really leaves this world. No one really leaves this world. No one does. Everybody is still here. The presence of who you miss and who you love, that energy is felt. It really is. Because you can feel it at a moment in which it just hits you out of nowhere. Like every time you say, I miss this person, I miss that person, it's because you're feeling their energy. You're feeling the energy of who you miss because they never left. They never left. When you are awakening, when you're awakening to know this, when you're awakening to know that you didn't lose the person that is no longer physically here, but they spiritually are. They spiritually are here. They're not physically here. Because the physical person that you were talking about, that was the vessel. That's what's laying in the ground. That's what you miss. But the spiritual and mental level of who you miss, that person is still here. They're still with you. They're right with you right now in the room that you're in. They're with you right now in the car that you're driving in. They're with you right now at wherever you are in the world. They're right there, right next to you. You can't see them because they're not physically alive, but they're mentally and spiritually alive. They're right there, you know, they're 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 the touch in which you feel when you touch your face. Like you have to really feel the energy of, you know, people that are no longer with you, because they still are with you. They are. And that's just why people who see that when we pass away in this world, that they just see that that's the end. It's no new beginning. It's no transcending. It's not a new life to start. It's just that's the end. We have to mourn. We have to literally uh we have to force ourselves to move on from the physical aspect of who we lost. We got to move on from that. And then it's like that is the hardest part for some people to deal with, is when they physically have to get over those they lost, because those people that they had in their lives were some of the most, you know, them people meant a lot to them, but not knowing that you never lost them in the first place. You never lost them. But cemeteries are one of the most emotional distractions to our life of living each and every day, because instead of looking at life for it being the life that you know of someone that is no longer here as being positive and being looked at as though I never lost that person in the first place. They're still with me. They never left me. They never went anywhere. because I know that they are somebody that is literally still here with me every day. I wake up with them next to me. I go to sleep with them right next to me. They're always protecting me. They're always speaking to me and always letting me know about certain things in my life and helping me through my life as I go through my life of living. But cemeteries are, they know that they were that is the most disrespectful thing that could ever be made as far as on a spiritual level for each and every one of us here, is just to have our vessels thrown in a box and then thrown into a fucking hole and then literally leave everybody to be clung to the vessel and not know that we're energy. Shit, I know, fuck that. People, they always say that too. Like, most people, they always give you that choice too. Cremate, or do you want to cremate the body, or do you want to, just do a regular, you want to just a regular burial? Shit, I know now I want to be cremated. I lay my ashes free into the wind. I want to be one with the earth. My vessel is going to go out. It's going to go out in that way. I don't want to be in no fucking box. I don't want to be in no hole, no goddamn box. I want to be cremated. My ashes, spread out into the world. Let my vessel be free. Don't throw it in no fucking hole to just have it get ate upon. No. That's just, it's not even fair to anybody to be put through that, be put through emotional disruption like that to the conscience and to their way of living, because people see what they see at a ceremony, at a funeral, and that is forever drawn to them. That death of somebody that they lost is forever drawn to them, and they can never move on from it. When it's actually in that person's passing, that's a moment of peace. That's a moment of transcending. That's a happy, a harmonious moment, a moment of joy, actually, to know that this person lived as long as they did, and they moved on in life. Now, I'm not talking about tragic deaths. Nothing is tragic. Nothing is happy about somebody losing their life tragically, because, you know what I'm saying? And most of those people, I'm going to let you know right now on a spiritual level, somebody that then got their life snuffed away from them, energy that was snuffed away, most of them people reincarnated. They got a chance to come back into this world different. They got to start over. I give you that right now. And that's more of a, another talk on another video about reincarnation and everything else like that. But a lot of those people that got killed by hands of someone else, that got energy versus energy, a lot of those people got a chance to come back in this world as somebody different, because they didn't get to experience their life. They got it snuffed away. And that's real shit. They got it snuffed away. We're energy. We don't ever die. We don't ever die. We transcend, or we get a chance to start back over, because it's the universal order, And that's just how, this is just my opinion. This is just how I'm thinking within, This is like, cemeteries is the most disrespectful thing that they could ever do to each and every one of us beings here, and making that bullshit in this man-made ass world. And, as a way to just poke more fun at us, make us seem more stupid, make us seem more like, have us look at life in the 1% and not actually ever question anything. But nah, I see that exactly for what it is. It's a place in which they dump vessels, and they leave everybody that comes to a graveyard to be emotionally disrupted. And that's the truth.